Hello everyone, my PhD topic is about the evaluation of new preoperative interventions in order to enhance recovery after major abdominal surgery. My name is Sebestyén and I work at Heim Children's Hospital. You can see the names of my supervisors who are helping me with my project. I believe that there are some old paradigms in perioperative patient care that are kind of old school now. We need a new approach, we need change, so my mission is to provide a high quality of evidence to support this process. I have two ongoing projects at the moment. The first one is about the effects of preoperative carbohydrate loading on postoperative outcomes in patients undergoing elective major non-cardiac surgery. Currently I'm writing my manuscript and my target journal is Annals of Surgery. So a little bit of background. Traditionally, it is forbidden for patients to consume any kind of fluid or food prior surgery after midnight. This is called preoperative fasting, which is technically a stress situation. And when this stress adds up with the surgical stress and the surgical trauma, these together can contribute to increased rate of postoperative complications. Despite all these facts, preoperative fasting is still a worldwide routine. However, the most recent enhanced recovery after surgery guidelines strongly recommend the preoperative carbohydrate loading instead of fasting. So with this study, we would like to investigate the effect of preoperative carbohydrate loading compared to conventional fasting, and we are hoping that we can increase the level of evidence of this intervention. A clinical question is the following: does preoperative oral carbohydrate load decrease the rate of postoperative complications compared to preoperative fasting in elective major non-cardiac surgery? Our patient population are adult patients undergoing elective major non-cardiac surgery under general anesthesia. The intervention group will receive preoperative carbohydrate loading, the comparison group will receive placebo or they will fast, and our primary outcome is length of hospital stay. We hypothesize that preoperative carbohydrate loading is superior to preoperative fasting. You can see the number of results in each databases we found during our search, and you can see our search key as well. And after the selection, we have 55 eligible articles for the meta-analysis and the systematic review part. Here is the primary outcome, which is the length of hospital stay. The length of hospital stay of those patients who received the carbohydrate loading was almost 2 days shorter than the length of hospital stay of those who fasted, which is a clinically and a statistically significant result. We haven't found the same result when we compared the carbohydrate group with the placebo group. This is not significant, unfortunately. We compared the glucose levels of the carbohydrate group and the fasting group on postoperative day 1 and 2. No significant results were found either, and the same thing happened when we compared the insulin levels. We compared the insulin levels and glucose levels of the carbohydrate group and the placebo group. No significant results were found, and the same happened when we compared the CRP levels. So in summary, we have a big number of eligible randomized control trials, but the patient population is very heterogeneous. There are different ways of administrations of the intervention and different durations of fasting. And these are the limitations of our study. But in conclusion, we can say that preoperative carbohydrate loading reduces the length of hospital stay, but we are uncertain about the effects on postoperative glucose and insulin and CRP levels. And for further research, we would like to recommend future studies to be performed with more homogeneous populations. My next project, called multimodal individualized co-directed fluid therapy, my GDFT for short, in patients undergoing pancreatic surgery. This is a protocol of a randomized trial. So, inadequate hemodynamic management during any kind of major surgery can contribute to either tissue hyperperfusion or fluid overload, and both are associated with postoperative outcomes. And to prevent the fluid imbalance, There's a strategy called goal-directed fluid therapy, which is already a well-working strategy, and we would like to complement this management with a multimodal contextualized concept to help personalizing management and to improve outcomes. So with this study, we would like to investigate the effects of the intraoperative MyGDFT compared to conventional fluid therapy. Here's our clinical question. Does MyGDFT reduce the postoperative complications compared to conventional fluid therapy in patients undergoing elective pancreatic surgery? Our patient population are adult patients undergoing elective pancreatic surgery. The intervention group will receive the MyGDFT guided management. The comparison group will receive conventional fluid therapy. And our primary outcome is the overall complication rate. I will tell you about it a little later. We hypothesized that MyGDFT is superior to conventional fluid therapy because it lowers the overall complications and fastens the hospital discharge. We would like to include adult patients from both sexes who are undergo pancreatic surgery. We would like to include ASA 1, 2, and 3 patients, and we would like to exclude ASA 4 patients, pregnant and lactating women, and patients with inoperable pancreatic cancer. You can see the intervention here. Arm A is the intervention group who receives MyGDFT guided management, and Arm B is the control group. And you can see the parameters we would like to monitor in each group, and you can see the differences highlighted with red. Here's the developed algorithm, which is too time-consuming and complicated to explain in details, but I wanted to show you because I think it's very cool. This is the part 2 of the developed algorithm. And about the outcomes, as I mentioned, our primary outcome is the overall complication rate defined by Salzwedel. This includes infections, respiratory, cardiovascular, abdominal, renal, and other complications. And we have some secondary outcomes as well, such as intraoperative vasopressor requirement, length of hospital stay, and so on, as you can see on my slide. So here's an overview about my ongoing projects, and I would like to thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you. I just wonder about this carbohydrate loading. Huh? So where are we with this paper exactly?
Sorry, can you repeat?
In what stage are we with this paper?
I'm 90% finished with the first version of the manuscript.
All right.
Yeah.
What are the goals that we have to achieve by this goal-directed fluid therapy?
Our goal is the fluid balance, because the pancreas is very, very sensitive to fluid imbalance, and it is crucial for the recovery.
Mm-hmm. And does that mean that sometimes we may need less fluid than we may give standard?
Yes, as you can see in the algorithm, fluid bolus or even sometimes transfusion should be administered during this kind of management, because this device called Posioflex monitor can tell about the parameters. Mm-hmm. As you can see, highlighted with red.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sorry, just one question. Regarding your results, when I saw your forest plots, yeah, I saw one study. They came to the totally to different conclusion compared to the others. Maybe it's better if you go back to the slides. It's easier. This one here, the glucose levels. Yeah. So 3 studies favors placebo, and one favors the active therapy. So the difference is so huge. I'm just wondering if you have any hypothesis. What is the source of this huge heterogeneity? Because this is a bit unusual for me.
The heterogeneity is caused by that the very first study, as you can see on the top, the Perone study, administers not just carbohydrates, because this solution contained whey protein, which is extracted from milk, and this can be a promising new direction of the carbohydrate plus whey protein loading.
Okay, that's clear now. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for your question.
But can we pull together this protein-containing stuff with simple glucose?
When we were doing the selection part, it wasn't clear from the abstract if it's just carbohydrates or not. Actually, I wasn't sure. I asked our statistician, but he said it doesn't matter if we do a leave one out analysis on this one, because it doesn't change anything.
And after the leave one out results, do we have more favoring, or was this significant after the leave one out?
It wasn't significant.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.